Did your nausea, vomiting, or diarrhea start within hours of a meal, or did it creep in a day later?
Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster, and today we're clarifying how you can tell food poisoning from a viral stomach bug by tracking timing, watching symptom patterns, and using prevention steps, including precise food do's and don'ts to protect yourself and your household.
I'm Alara Sky. Let's make the distinction clear. Food poisoning comes from microbes, toxins, or chemicals in food, including things like poisonous mushrooms or insecticide contamination. Viral gastroenteritis, often norovirus, spreads person to person and through surfaces. Symptoms overlap, but the timeline and source differ, and that difference informs recovery, limits contagion, and helps you prevent the next episode.
Food poisoning can hit fast. Toxins from Staphylococcus aureus may trigger vomiting and diarrhea within 30 minutes of eating. Viral illness typically appears 12 to 72 hours after exposure. Not all foodborne illness is rapid, though. Listeria can take 3 to 70 days to show up and carries added risk if you're pregnant or immunocompromised. Knowing these windows helps you connect symptoms to the most likely cause.
Viral cases often build gradually, feeling off before the worst phase, while toxin-driven food poisoning is abrupt, severe, and usually short-lived, often resolving inside 24 hours. Both inflame your intestinal lining, drive fluid loss, and reduce absorption, which explains cramps and loose stools. Your response starts with hydration and rest, but what you change next depends on whether food, a virus, or a prescription drug set this in motion.
Norovirus is the classic stomach bug. You can get it from contaminated food, shared utensils, high-touch surfaces, or direct contact with someone who's sick. Symptoms usually last 2 to 3 days. Supportive care is the strategy. Antidiarrheal drugs that slow the gut can trap the virus and aren't advised. Keep the focus on fluids and simple, tolerated foods while the illness runs its course.
Stopping spread is practical. Clean contaminated areas with soap-based cleaners or hydrogen peroxide. Wear disposable gloves for cleanup. Wash soiled laundry promptly and hot, and keep anyone with symptoms out of the kitchen. Frequent, thorough hand washing matters. These steps reduce household transmission without adding unnecessary chemical exposures.
Medications commonly mimic stomach illness. GLP-1 receptor agonists, such as semaglutide and tirzepatide, slow stomach emptying and can cause nausea, vomiting, constipation, or diarrhea. NSAIDs irritate the gut. Antibiotics disrupt the microbiome. Iron supplements frequently cause constipation or discomfort. If symptoms don't spread to others and track with a new prescription or dose change, a medication effect is likely.
Testing is reserved for severe or persistent cases. A normal stool test alongside ongoing symptoms points more strongly toward medication as the source rather than infection. If that's your pattern, bring your timing notes and prescription list to your clinician and discuss adjustments instead of assuming you caught a bug or ate contaminated food.
Timing after a meal is a powerful clue. Symptoms that begin 3 to 6 hours after a shared dish, especially if several people get sick, favor food poisoning. Onset, 12 to 24 hours later, points toward a virus. Foodborne illness often settles within 24 to 48 hours. Viral cases commonly last 3 to 5 days. Seek care if symptoms persist beyond 5 days. You see blood in stool, fever continues, or pain is severe.
Hydration deserves close attention, particularly for young children and older adults. Aim for frequent small sips. Ice chips work if liquids are hard to keep down. Use urine color as your gauge. Pale straw or light yellow suggests good hydration, while dark yellow or amber with a strong odor indicates you need more fluids. Rest at home until symptoms clearly ease.
Long-term prevention benefits from specific dietary choices. For cooking and meals, choose foods to include butter and ghee, eggs, tallow, dairy fat such as raw cheese or raw milk, coconut oil, dark chocolate, bone broth, collagen or gelatin, ground beef or bison, and gelatinous cuts like beef shank, beef cheek, oxtail, pork hock or shank, and leg of lamb. These align with metabolic health guidance used here.
Build your plate around well-cooked vegetables and in-season ripe fruit. Starches that fit include white rice, masa harina, sourdough bread, well-cooked peeled potatoes, and well-cooked peeled sweet potatoes. Occasional well-cooked beans can be included. For simple carbohydrates and beverages, use maple syrup or honey as sweeteners, and consider organic orange juice, quality lemonade, or organic grape juice as options you tolerate.
Match those inclusions with clear exclusions. Avoid industrial seed and vegetable oils and olive oil of all grades. Avoid chia seeds, common nuts and seeds, nut and seed butters, raw vegetables typically eaten uncooked, avocados, fatty fish, store-bought baked goods, chicken and pork from high PUFA diets, dairy alternatives, alcohol, lean muscle meats without collagen balance, flax products, soy products including natto, hummus and chickpeas, plant-based meat substitutes, and daily or excessive beans and legumes.
Food quality and sourcing matter. Avoid food from concentrated animal feeding operations to reduce contamination risk and antibiotic overuse. Choose trusted, smaller-scale sources that prioritize hygiene and animal welfare. In practice, that means cooking with butter, ghee, tallow, or coconut oil instead of seed oils, emphasizing gelatinous meat cuts, or ground beef, or bison, and using bone broth, especially when you're reintroducing food after an illness.
Recovery meals should be simple and aligned with these principles. Start with fluids, then add plain options like white rice and ripe fruit you tolerate, such as bananas. As appetite returns, lean on bone broth, well-cooked vegetables, and gelatin-rich cuts before moving to more variety. Keep alcohol and excluded items off your plate to avoid setbacks while your gut settles.
Supportive habits strengthen your defenses. Prioritize consistent, high-quality sleep, morning light exposure, and regular movement without overtraining. Give your immune system what it needs with adequate vitamin C, zinc, and selenium as appropriate to you. Pair these habits with diligent kitchen hygiene so you cut down both the chance of contamination and the likelihood of person-to-person spread.
Here's your challenge. The next time stomach symptoms appear, write down the exact onset time, what you ate in the previous 72 hours, who around you is sick, and any medication changes. Clean high-touch surfaces with soap-based cleaners or hydrogen peroxide. Stay home while symptomatic, and rebuild with fluids, white rice, bone broth, well-cooked vegetables, and in-season ripe fruit. Thank you for watching Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.